Yo! What's up? Good, wonderful creatures of earth. Respect yourself for clicking this video. You are loved, respected, wonderful, and an incredible soul. And it's because of humans like you that we believe here that it is possible to spread love and peace to all humans across the whole world. You see, if it's your first time clicking here, well, let me keep you up to speed with everything that goes on. First, I'm your host, Y311H. Straight out of Africa, where we get these fruits, deep down in Africa, here to spread love by reacting to these videos that we shall see together. Wonderful soul, hit the like button, tell us your name and where you come from, and watch till the end. You see, positive vibrations all the way, man. Peace. Let's dive in.
Something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. The back of the hammer can hold the nail for the first swing. Nail head, back of hammer, wedge.
Oh my god. I can't believe I didn't know that all my life. You see? Wonderful other things did you know? And thanks for clicking. Look at this. Strange things appeared in the sky. Oh my god. Oh, that is definitely strange. Is that the sun or the strange stuff? Eh? I'm really surprised. Look at this. Oh my god. What? Oh. Wonderful, good people of earth. Please, look at this stuff. It's like the sky is being teared or opening up. And you wonder what's really going down there, huh? Or is up there going on? Is that some UFO maybe? Maybe pretending to be a crowd? What do you think? You see, this crazy stuff we should help one another to understand. Even stuff like this. Oh, looks like some solid smoke. Smoke that has just decided to move in some creepy type of way. You see, is this normal at all? No, I doubt this is normal. And that is, I doubt, is smoke, you see? And then there's this picture here of what appears to be a star. You see, that's how stars look like. As you have been seeing in our previous episodes, you see, of the Sirius star and those type of stars. They are shaped like this. You see, maybe if you thought they were star shaped, and this is how they look like. They are circular with some creepy lines there. And you wonder how they were made or how they just appeared there. You see? Good people of earth. Thanks for clicking. Watch till the end. This guy was dropping
Look at this guy. Just having a morning stroll.
They were dropping their kid off to school when they saw a happy caribou.
He's so cute. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh, wait, buddy. What's that? Go.
Oh, good vibes. That's a good vibes animal. And then there's this good vibes guys here. That went with their boat out there and then they saw this. Oh my god. Look at this. Do you think that's the tail of a fish? Or the tail of something else? Leave your comments, good people of earth. Oh, look at this beautiful scenery. On some place here on earth. This is nice, man. It looks great. Oh, this world is full of beautiful stuff. And beautiful creatures like yourself, you see? Look at this. All the secret photos of what looks like the hammer of Thor. Only that this one is made of stone, you see? And now you wonder, which people used to use this stuff, eh? Do you think there's a human who could use that?
They defined it as paganism. and then decided that the real religion is that of believing in Jesus, who they said he died and he would got resurrected in 3 days. And that guy, Jesus, never even died there. The person who died was an African disciple of his called Simon of Cyrene. And Cyrene or Cyrenaica is Tunisia. So it's an African also who died. Yeah. But that African, two clever women, they went to the grave, removed the corpse of that Simon of Cyrene, so that the Romans should not come and see that they killed the wrong person and start looking for the right person. And that Jesus fled to Ethiopia with his wife, Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdala, even the French records say she's Mara Magdala and a negress, an Ethiopian negress. So Jesus was a black man, born of a black woman, and married to a black woman. And it's not true that he was the mother was impregnated by the Spirit of God. But the thing is that the Romans were a strong army, and they take a decision that all other beliefs are pagan. The only religion is what they are teaching. And they got a soldier called Jerome, who wrote the Vulgar Bible. And that Vulgar Bible was amended or revised more than 1,000 times. Okay. But they said it was the word of God. Now, nobody ever had tea with God, lunch with God. When you revise the word of God, what do you put there? Because God is not there. So we've been fed with lies.
Oh, please leave your thoughts on that, man.
It always looks flat until you step away from it. But you can't step away from it. So the only thing you can do is see the effects of curvature. So when you look at a ship going over at the horizon, it does a very specific thing as predicted by a globe. It goes down. Yeah, it doesn't go off into nothingness. It goes down. It doesn't converge up to the perspective line. It goes down. That is a prediction only on a globe. Now, I've compared what I'm about to show you against reality multiple times, and I mean a shit ton of times. So can you see that boat in the middle there? That's actually just over the horizon, but we can still see the top deck, and we can see the little cranes and stuff. And this is a long video of it going away, so I'm just going to speed it up. Can you see how we can see the cranes still and the deck and all that kind of stuff? I'm going to speed it up, and then it's going to get to here. And then it's going to get to, wait a minute, let's stop it about here. Now, that should have converged up to my eye line and got smaller, and it didn't. It said, fuck you, eye line, it went down, right? Now, that's interesting, because what we can do now is we can take a geometric prediction. So what I've got here is I've got two segments of ocean and atmosphere and sky and all that kind of stuff. And on one of them, it's curved at 1 degree every 69 miles. On the other, it's flat. And this is done over 345 miles. So on the left is 5 degrees of curvature, and on the right is 0 degrees. What we can do now is we can look at the prediction of an 8-mile-away vessel on a flat Earth. And I can quite clearly see that vessel. And I can move it forward, and that's what should happen. It should vanish into the vanishing line, which is that pink thing. And that's about 8 miles away. Okay, so that's geometric flat. Now let's have a look at geometric globe. I put this on the horizon, which is the first point that we see that vessel. But guess what? When it goes away, and it's going over a curve. Now, that vessel, if we look in the top view, is still quite clearly on the water. It's still above the water. It just happens to be going over a curve. Now, there's no convergence there because the whole boat's there. We're just seeing water in its place because it looks like it was traveling along the water and going down. Now, when we see that vessel up close, and then when we see it go away, against all laws of perspective, which is that pink line, it goes down, lower than it, just like the video that I showed you. Exactly like the video that I showed you. So this went down much like that other boat, that like the geometric prediction that I showed you. So The geometry of a curve matches this perfectly. The curving surface prediction, or the globe, this is reality. Again, curving surface, reality. Curving surface, reality. Okay then, so what we tend to have to draw a conclusion here is that when a vessel goes over away on a curving surface, it seems to go down away from the vanishing line, and it gets lower in our vision. The top doesn't stop at the vanishing line. It carries on and goes below, and we can easily determine that, and I mean quite easily, by simply just removing the water. It's still there. All of the ship's still there. So a curving surface matches reality, and just to be fair, just again, a flat Earth prediction really doesn't on the blink test. Uh-oh. Okay.
Oh, that's one big debate with lots of theories about it. You see, what's yours? Leave yours there in the comment section. This guy found a random 12,000 year old site on the side of the road. 12,000 years old site. Oh, who used to work there 12,000 years ago? Oh, do you think 12,000 years ago people were developed, or they were still cavemen? Anyways, good vibes.
So hypothetically, Muhammad married someone at the age of 6. Would you say that would be immoral for him to do that?
Yeah, that's true.
Very immoral,
That's
right?
true. That's
Shocking.
very immoral because
Right.
he didn't do that.
Okay. So then, can I
never-
show you something just quickly?
Yeah.
In the Islamic sources, in the Hadiths, Sahih al-Bukhari, narrated by Aisha.
When she was 6 years, and he consummated his marriage when she was 9 years old.
So did you notice what it said? The Prophet married her when she was 6 years old and consummated his marriage when she was 9 years old.
Yes, sir.
As you said, that would be immoral if someone married someone at 6. That's why I don't think Muhammad's someone that you want to follow.
You cannot believe. If you were Muslim, you can say this is not true.
You understand that it would be immoral for Muhammad to marry a 6-year-old.
Yeah. That's why I believe Muhammad, he didn't do that.
So then it's your presupposition of Muhammad being like a really perfect person that's made you reject your own Islamic sources as being authoritative.
Yes, sir.
Wow. So you think Muhammad's a perfect man?
Yeah, he's the perfect man.
So he never did
He's the-
anything wrong. He didn't sin.
No, never. Never in his life.
Is that really what even the Quran says?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you this then, okay?
Sure.
If he wasn't perfect, is that a problem?
He will never be like a prophet for the people.
Okay, so you're saying if Muhammad was not perfect, then he's not really a
Yeah.
prophet.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so then have a look at this. This is in the Quran itself, in Surah 48, verses 1 and 2. It says, "Indeed we have given you, O Muhammad, a clear conquest, that Allah may forgive you for what preceded of your sin."
Let me see that. This is the beginning of Surah Al-Fatih.
Yeah, verses 1 and 2. Do you see how it says that Allah needed to forgive him of his sin?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And so as you said then, if Muhammad had sinned, he's not really the true prophet of God. Which is why I think you should then believe in Jesus. He never sinned.
I believe that Jesus never sinned.
Right. But we know Muhammad did. So therefore, put your trust in Jesus, not in Muhammad.
Oh man, please always spread good vibes.
All right, I'm gonna fuck y'all up with some shit on this one. All right, this is their Bano Monte map from 1587. Excuse me. North Pole. No ice. No ice around any of these areas, okay? There's North America, South America, Africa, India, Russia, China. Okay, so very similar to this map. North America, South America, Africa, India, China, Russia. Okay? Only thing different, Australia. There is no Australia here because it hasn't been discovered yet. This is 1587. Australia wasn't discovered until 1606. So that's why that's not there. But my main question is, if this is a globe flattened out, and this is on the bottom, right? What the fuck is this? There's no ice on it. And guess what? Antarctica hadn't been discovered yet. Antarctica was discovered in 1820. And if you look, well, look, there's an alligator. There's a camel. Warm weather animals. So, you want to explain to me, first thing, what the hell is this? All this land. And second thing, what froze them? What happened between 1587 and 1892 where those areas got frozen?
People, what the heck? This guy's walking around with his dog, and all of a sudden he was hearing something, like yelling, screaming. But he noticed that it wasn't coming from beneath, like in his level where he was walking, but from a high place. He kept on walking and walking, following the noise. And all of a sudden he looks up and see way up above on a tree. It looks like a lightning hit it. And this is the creature that was up there. As you see, the tree is very high because all the other trees are basically below. You see a lookout? Is this what they do? They scope out the area, see who's coming, make sure they're safe. This is extraordinary, guys. For real. What do you think? Ain't this awesome? He was able to take this picture. And it's a good one. What do you think, guys? Are we alone on this planet? And where in the heck are these guys hiding at? Are they protected by the government? Are they in places where it says no trespass? Government signs? Because these babies are all over. And they look all different and not the same. Tell me, guys. Leave your comments.
Oh man, that's a strange creature. There is a person with a mask.
We have one star above the head and one star below the feet. Everybody have one personal star. Sometimes they're quite far away. So when you train it, you can make them more closer to you and you feel it. And usually we like to be about, if you're opening your thumb and the pinky fingers that high, so you're aware the star above you. Under the feet, it goes deep under the earth. So we extend from the bubble spring down to the earth about 6 feet under the ground. You're connecting the earth and the space. When you connect, they can be linked together. And we use certain planet or moon to link together with other people.
Good vibes, man.
If I were to ask you, what do you think that is? What do you think this is a picture of? Do you think I took this picture, from inside my car and that's a speck of dust on my windshield? Or what would you guess? Really? Take a look. Take a look at it. Take as much time as you need. What if I were to tell you that NASA's trying to project into your mind that this is actually a picture of the Earth? Yeah. They tried to slip by everyone that this was a picture of the Earth from 3.7 billion miles away. But as I'm about to present, we've got problems. The Earth supposedly is 93 million miles away from the sun. If Mars is only 142 million miles away from the sun, and it's only 38.6 million on its closest approach. And if this is a picture that I literally just screenshotted off of NASA's website relating to the Voyager's distance, what is Earth? Mars? Mercury? So this is how far the picture was taken in like the angle that they're trying to give you, but we only get this, and the sun's nowhere to be seen. From again, 3.7 billion miles away. Think of perspective. That zoomed out like, I don't know. Like seriously, guys, you think that this thing's been floating around taking pictures in a space vacuum since 1977? While this thing is apparently forever expanding away from our solar system, they apparently sent a communication signal to it telling it to look back toward home for a final time and snapped a series of 60 images. This is insanity, okay? This is just not reality.
Oh my god. Do you believe in coincidences?
Didn't know this, but apparently there are a bunch of shipwrecks in the middle of cornfields in Kansas, buried like 50 feet below the ground. Of course, there's this one dude, treasure hunter, who's made it his life mission to excavate 19th century steamboat shipwrecks from Midwestern cornfields. Very niche. He uses old maps and a proton magnetometer to figure out its probable location. In 1988, Holly, this treasure hunter, uncovered a steamboat called Great White Arabia that sank in 1856. He found it 45 feet beneath the ground, and there was 200 tons of treasure, pre-war artifacts. Of course, there's no water damage because it's in a cornfield, so it's in pristine condition. Even the food was still edible. This looks like celery sticks. But apparently over 400 boats have sunk in the Missouri River. And you're probably like, that's so weird. How does a boat that's sunk in a river end up in a cornfield? Well, funny you bring that up, because in the 19th century, the Army Corps of Engineers tried to forcibly alter the river. They tried to make it more narrow, bring the banks in so that boats would move faster through it by speeding up the current. So when Arabia sank, by hitting like a snag in the bend, it was fossilized not in the river, but decades later, it was like pushed into the cornfield. Today, they've located another steamboat, Steamboat Malta. Here's where it's located. It's called Malta Bend because they knew that Steamboat Malta sunk there in 1841, hit a tree, but it will cost like $3 million to dig it up. They're just planning on digging it up, but they need space first for where to put all these artifacts from it. It requires a lot of resources and timing, because if it floods, you know, all that treasure is in jeopardy.
Well, man. Oh, that's quite interesting. New stuff to me. Oh, look at this, some good vibes.
Why are you bringing your babies to Blossom? Why? You want them down here? You want them with Blossom? I don't know about that, Summer.
Somebody please tell me what the chances are that two people with a very similar background come out within the last 48 hours and both say there's going to be a Black Swan event or one's coming really soon. This is Ron Paul.
We're reaching this point where some sudden thing is going to happen. I believe in that theory of the Black Swan.
Yes.
It's going to pop up, and it's not going to be controllable. But people, you ask, what can they do? I think.
What can we do? Be aware. Next, General Flynn.
things, we call them black swan events, right? Black swan events are things that nobody imagined could occur, and yet they did, right? And they and then they have these incredibly, mostly devastating effects. So I just think.
So what do you think both these guys are pointing to? Remember, their background is extremely similar, and they both came out and said this at the same time. Meanwhile, I can't tell you if this is true or not, just speculation. Someone pointed out, why did her foot break and split behind the wire? That looks really weird. And then allegedly, new pictures of Prince William came out, and look at the hands. Is that not artificial intelligence? Kind of like how they released this fake picture. This kind of stuff just does not happen in a normal world. And also, there's an investigation at the hospital where she was, where someone tried to pry into her medical records. What do y'all think? Was that her in that video? Also, a reporter for BBC said that they know her personally, and that it was not her. Again, their words, not mine.
Oh man, creepy stuff going on around all over.
I was wrong. I'm not afraid to admit it when I'm wrong. But, wait. Before we get to them cheeks, before we get to the yams, I had this creator that showed me where I was wrong. And made a model. Let me show you this model.
You can just model it. Just grab a sun, grab a planet, grab a moon, whatever. In this case, here's our planet, here's our moon, here's our sun. Okay. So what he's asking in that TikTok is, if the sun moves east to west, why is the eclipse moving west to east? But it's important to note, when you're talking about an eclipse, we're not talking about the sun's line. We're talking about the moon's shadow's line. Again, moving east to west. Just note the path of the eclipse. Hope that makes sense.
Yep, I was wrong. And you know where I was wrong? I said
be blacked out, and then it's going to keep making its way east. How is the sun that rises east and sets west going from west to east? Am I correct or am I wrong?
So I was wrong. And my wording in the video should have been more specific. But my accent and my excitement got the best of me. But here are the things, right? I was wrong in the sense that I said that how is the sun that's traveling from east to west making a path that is going from west to east, right? And as per this model, which I have some things to say about this, but as per this model, the path of the shadow is actually going from southwest to northeast, and it's more south than it is west, and it's more north than it is east. So the path of the sun is the opposite of that. It's a reflection of it. So now here's the things that I want to say, because you proved a lot of points with this video, and I appreciate you and thank you very much for going out your way and making this content for myself and everybody else to get an idea of what's going on. And I got a more clear idea because of this video. Now, this model that you have created is a good model. I'm not gonna lie, but this model only works with what model? The flat earth model. This model does not pertain to, I don't know which model you believe in, if you believe in the flat earth or the globe model, but if we go by the globe earth model, NASA states that the moon rises in the east and sets in the west. As per your model, that moon is not moving. And as also we know, the sun every day, the sun, moon, and the planets all appear to rise in the east and set in the west. As per your model, the sun is the only thing that's moving. And this model that you've presented to us only works as a flat earth model. You have to spin that book, bro. If you believe in the globe earth, you got to curve that page, rip it out, curve it, and spin it while you flash the light. Because that's the model. We got to go by this specific model. But either way, man, thank you very much for going out your way. Still got questions. I still want to know why the path of totality is traveling the way that it is if the sun and the moon both rise in the east and set in the west. And I know that the moon moves slower than the sun, but how are their paths crossing if they both rise on the east and set on the west? You know what I'm saying? And as per your model, the earth, the moon, and the sun don't move. That's what y'all telling me in the comments in the previous video. That's what y'all telling me in the comments.
Yo, wonderful drinks. What do you think is really going on, eh?
Ooh!
Let me take a picture.
Oh, look at this thing. It's like a sailfish. No, this is like a... I don't know what that is.
Sailfish.
Yeah.
That's cool. This thing ain't moving like a tuna though.
Don't worry. What is that? Got some gnarly teeth on it.
Oh, jeez.
Holy that thing.
What is that thing? Oh my God. Take a picture. That's really rare. I know what that is. Take a picture.
Bring it in. Yeah. Just be careful. I don't know. Ooh.
Let me take a picture.
Oh, look at this thing. It's like a sailfish. The teeth scare me. Okay. Look at this.
Whoa.
That's sick. Hold it. You're trying to get me. Here, I'll hold this up.
I like the background Jeff just really.
Just on a tuna, no one cares. Alright, let him go. Dude, that's a gnarly. See you later, bud.
So, man, wonderful drinks. What type of fish is that? Oh, is that even a fish? Why does it look metallic? Oh, man, it's good vibe stuff on this earth. Creepy stuff all over. You see, I didn't know the name of that. I'd like you to leave a comment there if you have had an encounter with it. You see? And wonderful drinks. If you haven't hit the like button, wonderful soul, why haven't you done that? You see? Kindly do so before leaving. And also leave your comments there, you see? And that way we can always spread love to the whole world. Big up to everybody that has been leaving comments. You are all loved and respected. Peace and love be with you, man. I wish you health and good vibes. Bye bye. Till next time, man. Be good.